What is going on? I'm Zedmod. Sneak peek for Warships, but first, back on the real game. Season 62 starts in 2 days, 16 hours. You all know that, but something you might have missed. Season of the Boom Pass ends in 2 days, 16 hours. So get those missions completed. Otherwise, you are leaving intel and all sorts of good stuff on the table. I myself need to get that gunboat skin, not quite there yet, have been slacking. Anyways, on to the task at hand, the Boom Beach Warships sneak peek. Now, this season is a doozy. There are basically 0 turns in the first couple engine rooms. But those of you who are eagle-eyed see something new right there. There is a new type of choice node, and I know some of you are groaning already. Great, more choice nodes to spend our diamonds on. They're pretty actually neat. So you see here they brought in the GBE choices, and I don't want any of these things. I am not a fan of any of those. I mean, they are kind of, if you're one of those players who stays at the 2 engine room level or the 3 engine room level, then maybe, just maybe, you want to go this way up to Everspark and avoid going through that node. Just a suggestion, but let's be honest, crystal clitters do clear some mines for you. Explosive drones and deployable turrets. If you're going to use explosive drones, do throw them behind your troops so they have time to unfreeze. Anyways, this stuff all fairly straightforward. Warriors are not going to do super duper well with no flares against shock mines and flamethrowers and machine guns, so you're going to want to get the heck out of there. And typically at the 2 engine room level, there's something that makes you want to stray off the path. And let's be honest, those clitters up there, not so attractive. Sniper towers, not so much. Smoke without flares, not so much. Just keep moving on forwards. So I have artificially bumped up the numbers in my warship, only possible on the dev build, just like those million diamonds. Every single video I get the question, obviously you didn't buy those diamonds. Where'd you get them, Zedmod? Where you been cheating? Share the hacks. This is not the real game. There's no one to play against. It is a sandbox. There's no fun to be had. Don't worry, you're not missing out. Speaking of missing out, though, don't forget to throw code ZEDMOT in that creator boost in every single Supercell game. Squad Busters has made the annoying choice to have no timer, so you just have to guess to see if you've got it in there. This one, we're going to see some engine rooms back here. This is going to be filthy. There's going to be all of these things absolutely blocking this. We have had this deck layout before. People are going to have ugly, disgusting, dirty bases that you probably can't get through all that easily. Maybe that's where smoke might come in handy, but again, no flares, so just skip all of that. Keep moving forwards. Getting into that next engine room, we're going to pop the deck out. As you can see here, there's probably going to be some form of a split, making people go all the way around, and then this is where things, again, notice that the things that are off the main drag are single shots, cannons and boom cannons. No one is going to be straying off this path. Again, if you are engine room locked and you're not headquarters level 12, then you're going to get all these things, but do be aware, people are going to be treating this like a giant highway, just cruising down the middle. We've got cryo bomb. That is going to be the one exception that people are going to go get at some point. And there's a very, very big reason for that. By the way, this choice node is awesome. Super Warriors, cryo bombs. Not sure that Crystal Shield Projector will get picked by anyone, but just a reminder that the Crystal Shield Projector right there, when combined with these explosive drones, do double damage. So people might be using that for a little bit, for a little while, but let's be honest, forwards is the answer, because those seekers right there, like just absolute straight shot highway. If you do not like seekers, you might want to sit this season out. It is going to be a blood bath. Shock launchers are just off the path, but there's going to be people just absolutely rushing in. And look at that, you get some critters to help your seekers. So these seekers are going to be absolutely bananas. Now, when looking at this tech tree, Mr. Skull Crusher himself and Stoneheart agreed that these guys probably should have been over in there. That penalty node right there doing absolutely nothing. Let's be honest, no one's going to go get those Scorchers. That's the one tiny tweak that could have been considered for this tech tree. Seeker's just going to run rampant though. Like nothing is going to stop them on these decks. People might go back for smoke at this point, but otherwise just forging on forwards. It's going to be a absolute, it's not going to be a monoculture. Every time we think it's going to be just seekers, someone else comes up with something. But the fact that there's not a lot of things to stop seekers is going to be a problem. Maybe people go back and get brick. I kind of doubt it. And then moving on forwards, we're going to keep moving, getting more machine guns, like 4 mines, not even close. It's going to be all machine guns there. Next, engine room level, popping out, getting that deck. And again, not super duper difficult to, like, there's no defending happening. Maybe. Again, this could all be very, very, very wrong. There's always a season where things get turned on their head. This is kind of cool. All along we've been seeing these temporary gunboat abilities. Suddenly we have a regular gunboat ability. Now this artillery, for obvious reasons, cannot be upgraded, so I don't see anyone picking artillery. Tiny Shock, probably the answer to this one. Throwing 2 Tiny Shocks out to stop all shock launchers for 30 seconds. Reminder that these things are 30 seconds in duration, so that is going to completely and utterly nullify shock launchers. So we are going to pick the Tiny Shock. And finally, we've got a little tiny bit of deviation that could be possible. Probably going through troop health just to keep those ladies or gentlemen's or robots or theys alive. Getting that Grenadier boost, which thankfully is right next to the Grenadiers. Don't have to use that as a way to stop us going through. Getting that next engine room level so we can show you that deck spread out, very consistent ramping on this season so far, I think. And then I will show you some of these things down here. Hotpot could be a little bit useful, but then Seeker players, again, getting into that shock bomb. So if you have never played Seekers before, this might be the season to give it a go. And finally, you'll notice that we start to see a little bit of deviation here. Rocket launchers versus bombardiers, good choices. And bullet up top, so all 3 good lines. But look up the top, we've got speed serum. Like, you just can't choose not speed serum. Even just, I wish I had the music I could add right now. But barrage, same thing as artillery, cannot be upgraded. More of a source of clearing mines than anything. And then we're going to go through bullet because Seekers are always better with bullet. Into finally a Sky Shield. Sky Shield providing a little bit of help into that next engine room level. And finally you get a glimpse of those beautiful yellow buses. Yellow buses at the very, very, very end of the tree. It feels like the yellow buses, and look at this, kind of like a 3-2-1 style ending, like this a lot with the microwaver into those heavy choppas, and suddenly we've got 2 ramps. So again, not quite sure 7 engine rooms is going to be worth going early because of those extra ramps and seekers, but there are some tools there. Critter cannons, love me some critter cannons, but it feels like they might be not super duper useful this season. And again, critter cannons reserves are super high. So if we upgrade those to max, I think you can basically last forever with never losing a critter cannon. You might not win a battle, but that is not all of the details. And then, of course, we've got the troop damage, building health, troop health, some grapplers, rocket choppas. Because of the way the gaps are and the ramps are in the early season, not sure they'll be useful until towards the end of the season. Maybe heavy choppa, rocket choppa action. Laser Rangers, always fun. Only one negative node, and that negative node has a huge cost. 8 shock mines or a shock launcher. So do not go get Scorchers under any circumstances. Like, if anyone buys that negative node, I'm going to be disappointed in you and you're going to get sent to your room without dinner. So hopefully this video gave you some insights, some thoughts, something to chew on. I am very excited about this season, and I said that there was nothing off the beaten path. For some reason, my mind thought that those shock mines were included, but again, just get to Seekers. You're gonna be like cruising along at like rank 12 or 8 or whatever it is, and then you're gonna get to Seekers and you're gonna go up to gold. So, or you're gonna be cruising along back here, unlocking all of these sorts of things, and you're gonna get to Seekers and you're gonna carry on straight because everyone's been at Seekers for days and days and days. So lean into it, even if you absolutely detest the idea of Seekers. And again, do come back for my early season tech guide. This is all just me in a vacuum, looking at the tech tree and trying to see alternative ideas, but just not seeing a heck of a lot. Besides, of course, like we talked about, that, where are we looking at back here? These guys right about here, using that crystal shield projector with those explosive drones. That's about the only deviation that could be considered a little bit, but that's for people who are HQ 12 or HQ 16 or something along those lines. So that is the sneak peek, coming to you with all of the details a little bit late, but definitely not without some interesting tidbits. I am Zedmont in that creator boost and in your hearts. Do hit me up in the comments. Please, someone ask me where to download this version and get 1,000,000 diamonds. I would love to send it to you. Not. Anyways, I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. I'll talk to you soon, and please do comment down below and let me know where I was wrong. Anyways, that's it. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Peace.